I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am super excited about this lesson. We're going to have a lot of fun. I know this is a different time than we usually do the lesson. So let me know how this works out with you guys. If you're like, hey, Justin, go back to the other time, let me know that. Or if this time works better, I'm more than happy and more than willing to do it at this time more for you guys. But I hope you're all having a good day again also. So just comment, hey, if this is a good time for me to do it, or if you'd rather me do it at another time. We've had a lot of fun this week as far as our English lessons go. We've looked at simple past, simple present, present continuous, and just done a lot of things. And you can see on the screen, it says you guys are awesome. We have had such a fun time this week, and I can't thank you guys enough for all your messages, for all your comments, and everything you go. And I just see one of my friends said hello. I hope you're doing great. Thanks so much for joining this lesson. But today, what we're going to talk about is the simple past or past simple. You can say it either way. It means the same thing. You just have to understand how to use the verb and when to do it and when to use that tense. But you do see on the screen because it says you guys are awesome. So thank you guys so much for this week. Also, before we get going, as always, comment below where you are from. Let me know. It's so cool to know that, man, somebody's watching this video from Cambodia. Somebody's watching this video from Laos, or somebody's watching this video from South America. It's so cool to know that that's getting viewed and to know that that's happening. So it would make my day to know where you guys are from. But let's get into this lesson and let's have a good time. So we're going to start out with me reading this example. So I'm going to read this story, and while I'm reading it, I want you to comment what words are in past simple. So I'm going to read it and give you some good time. Hello, Sam from Cambodia. Thank you so much for joining. But I'm going to read this paragraph, and in the comment section below, you comment the past simple verbs. Let me know what verbs are in past simple form. So let's get into this. Wolfgang Mozart was an Austrian musician. He lived from 1756 to 1759. He started composing at the age of 5 and wrote more than 600 pieces of music. He was only 35 years old when he died. So in the comment section below, comment what words are in the simple present. Also, I see somebody's watching this from Laos. Thank you so much for joining. So I'm going to read this example again, and I want you guys to comment which words are in simple present. See if you can pick out all the words. So Wolfgang Mozart was an Austrian musician. He lived from 1756 to 1759. He started composing at the age of 5 and wrote more than 600 pieces of music. He was only 35 years old when he died. I see some of you guys are already guessing some of the words. That's great to see. Keep that up. It's so good to see you guys practice. Just remember to comment what words. So I'm going to flip over to this next screen, and we're going to see which words are in the simple present. Let's see if you guys got these right. So let's see. As you can see, these are highlighted. So Wolfgang Mozart was. There's our first simple present. Our first simple past verb, was. That is a simple past of to be. So he was in the past. That's the first one. He was an Austrian musician. He lived. There's a key one. When you see ED, automatically just think the past. Those are dead giveaways when you see EDs on guessing which one. I see one of my friends are watching from Cambodia. Thank you so much. It's so fun to see you on here with us. So we have he lived from 1756 to 1791. Okay? It says he started composing music at the age of 5. There's our first one. He started at the age of 5. So remember, we're going to break down what the simple past is. But when you see that ED, remember, okay, most likely that is simple past. So there's our third one, started. So he started composing at the age of 5 and wrote more than 600 pieces of music. And you see that word wrote, that is an irregular verb, and that is from the verb write. The word write works a little different on how you make it go from just the root verb to the past simple. And I'll explain that a little bit later. But you see, wrote is going to be in the past simple also. Sam, you did really good on guessing those. Really, really good job on guessing those. But let's keep moving. So he wrote more than 600 pieces of music. And let's get to the last two past simple verbs. He was only 35 years old when he died. And I hope you guys remembered was is going to be a simple past verb, and that is of to be. Okay, so was only 35 years old when he died. So died is the last simple past or past simple verb in this paragraph. So we had was, lived, started, wrote, was again, and then died. So just make sure you guys are seeing that and able to pick up on what a simple present verb is. Let's get to this next screen. I always use this diagram to talk about grammar and to talk about tenses because it's so practical and it's so tangible that you can see it, and it helps students grasp it and see. As you can see, we have the arrow with the line, and we have the past, the future, and now. And you have an X on the line that's in the past. And that is going to let you know that is when simple when simple past is. Because remember, as you see, at one time in the past this happened. It began and ended in the past. That's what's super big. With simple past, it's not still going to be continuing. It's going to start and end in the past. So remember that when you're studying simple present, because one of the best ways to sound like a native speaker is to use the correct grammar and use the correct verb tenses. So you wouldn't want to say that in the incorrect verb because it wouldn't sound right. Hello, another friend from Cambodia. So glad you were on here and able to join as we have fun with this lesson. But let's keep moving. So this is just a random question that I want you guys to comment. Do you think me and my wife are having a baby boy or a baby girl? Now, I think I've told you guys before that my wife's pregnant and we're super, super excited. We're due in almost a little over a month. But I want you guys to guess, are we having a boy or are we having a girl? And at the end of the video, I'll let you know what we're having. And I'm excited to take you guys on this journey with seeing me become a dad. This is our first baby, so I'm excited to show you guys what we're having. So just comment below if you're thinking we're having a boy or a girl, and then I'll let you know at the end what we're having. But let's keep learning some English and having some fun. So very often, past simple ends in ed. So when you deal with regular verbs are the ones that's going to have ed at the end. As you can see, there's some examples on the screen. You have accept, you have bolt, you have complete, and you have delight. And this is something I want to give you guys an assignment to do, because this isn't just about you guys listening to me. I want you guys writing in English, thinking in English, and able to think about grammar and how it works in your mind so that you are able to be an effective English communicator. That's the most thing that I want to do for you guys. That's the most important thing. That's how I know I'm doing my job, is when you guys are confident and fluent English speakers. So I want you guys to comment below, how would you write accept in the simple past? How would you do it? What would you do? And I see someone that says, are you having a baby? Yes, we are. Thank you so much, Ralph, for that. Congratulations. That means the most. I'll make sure to post some pictures of her. I just gave it away. We're having a girl, if you didn't know. I'll make sure to post some pictures so you guys can see. And we're going to take you with us on this journey on learning English and also being a father and having a kid. So in the comment section below, comment how you would write accept in the simple past. After that, comment how you would write bolt in the simple past. Comment below how you'd write complete in the simple past, and also comment below how you would write delight in the simple past. And I already see some of you guys are putting the correct answer down. And this is when simple present is easy. We're dealing with regular verbs because you know what to do with them. They're all going to be the same and it's less confusing. When it gets a little bit confusing is when we deal with irregular verbs. And with those, I'm going to give you a few examples. But honestly, you just have to memorize how they're used. There's no format. There's no way that they flow. They're all different. But the more you use them, the more you'll understand them. I just put a video out a few days ago on how you can improve as an English speaker. And it was something so simple, but it's that you need to speak English. A lot of my students are just nervous. Hey, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to sound goofy. I don't want them to laugh at me. That's totally okay. But you have to get to the point to where you're speaking English and getting confident so that way you know how to use grammar, you know what people are saying, and you know how to communicate in English. So again, comment below how you'd write accept in the simple past, how you'd write bolt in the simple past, how you'd write complete in the simple past, and how you'd write delight. Let's look at these answers. So, as you can see, these are regular verbs. So all you would do is add ed. And Sam, you are killing it. I think you've got every answer right so far. So Sam, super, super, super good job. So accept, I want you guys to listen how I pronounce this, would become accepted. Accept would become accepted. And accepting something is allowing something to happen or to be okay with it. So I'm going to accept that. So if someone gives me a gift, I'm going to receive it or accept it. Or if something's going on with my family that I can't change, I'm just going to have to accept it. And that's the way it's going to be. But accept would become accepted. That's how you pronounce that. Accepted, that ed on the end. Bolt will become bolted. Now, this is a cool way to kind of look at a phrase. So if someone bolts, that means they're running, they're getting out of there. If you think about a bolt of lightning, that's the lightning you see in the sky when it makes the big light and it's boom, boom. The thunder actually makes the noise, but it's a bolt. So if someone says, man, that person bolted, that means they ran. Okay? That's what bolted means, running fast. Then you have complete. This is something I wanted to show you guys. When a word ends in an E, don't add another ed. You just add a D onto the end. And complete's misspelled. That's okay. You guys still get it. It'd be completed. So when a word ends in E and you need to form it to the simple past, don't add another E on the end. Just add that D. So complete will become completed. And that means you finished the task. So let's think about simple past. If someone bolted in the past, they began to run in the past and they stopped running. So they completed it. That's a good way to understand complete. They finished it. It's done. And then you have delight. Now, delight is to enjoy in something, to like it. I delight in that. I find joy in it. And a way to find joy is kind of happiness, you could say, but happiness doesn't give you a full picture. But delight will become delighted. So you hear how that sounds on the end? Delighted. Now, some of you guys could write the correct answer, but could you pronounce the word correctly? So delight would become delighted or delighted. However you want to pronounce it, they're both acceptable and they both would sound great. Now here we have some irregular verbs, and these are the ones that kind of do whatever they want. They don't have a format. You don't know if you should add ed. You don't know if you should just change something. You simply just have to use it and know how it's used so that you can do it correctly. So in this example, we have write, see, go, and shut. Now these are not all the irregular verbs, but there are four that I want you guys to be comfortable with that you could use. They're used very often. And if you can use these correctly, just by adding that to your ability to speak English, you'll already sound more confident. You'll already sound more like a native speaker, and you'll do a great, great job. So comment below, what is the past simple form of write? Also comment below, what is the past simple verb of see, or the past simple form of see? What is the past simple form of go? Write that down. Comment it below. And also, what is the past simple form of, what was that last one? The screen popped off real quick, of shut. What is the past simple form of shut? So let's keep moving. I'm going to give you guys these answers. They're kind of weird, but you'll understand. So write would become wrote. So he wrote. That would be the simple past form of write. Wrote. Listen how I'm pronouncing that. Wrote. Okay, you guys need to make sure you practice saying these words as you're listening to me. Don't just hear teacher Justin say it. You say it also. And then you have see. Now, what if you see something, but it was in the past? That would mean you saw it. So you would say, hey, I saw that. And that would be the past simple form of see. Saw. Saw. The next one, go. Let's say that you go somewhere, but you did that yesterday. Guess what? It will become went. You would say you went. So you see, that's not even the same kind of word. It's not, you wouldn't say goad, G-O-E-D. You wouldn't say seed, and you wouldn't say righted. You would say wrote, saw, and went. And here's another weird one, shut. How would you say shut if you shut something in the past? It would still be shut. Someone would say, hey, did you shut the door yesterday? Yes, yesterday I shut the door. You wouldn't say shutted. You wouldn't say shouted. It would simply just be shut. So that's one that doesn't change. If you talk about it in the simple past, you use it the same way. And I'm actually going to look and see if any of you guys got that right. So let's see. I cannot say your name. It looks like Masil. Masil got them all right. Really, really good job. And then there's another name on here. I think it's Vanessa. You got them all right. Really, really good job. Sam, you are killing it. That means if someone says you're killing it, that means you're doing really good. So you're not killing something. That means you're just doing a really, really good job. So keep up that good work, Sam. Super, super proud of you. You're making me happy to be a teacher with seeing that. So we're going to kind of end off with this exercise. So you can see there are 3 sentences, and each sentence has the root form of these verbs. So you have write, invite, and decide. I want you guys to tell me how to change those verbs to make this sentence past simple. So this is going to be all on you guys. So you're going to be commenting. We're going to see if you get it right, and we're going to see if you get it wrong. So I'll read the sentence with the blank, tell you the verb that you need to put in the past simple form, and I want you to comment what it is. So the first one, Justin blank 2 books for English learning. And the verb here is write. Now, if you remember this, write is an irregular verb. So what would write become if you want to talk about writing in the past? So Justin blank 2 books for English learners. Comment below what's the answer for that one. Let's move on to sentence number 2. There's actually 2 verbs that you need to put in the past simple. We blank them to our party, but they blank do not come. So we blank invite is the one you're going to have to make past simple. Comment that below. We blank invite them to our party, but they blank decide not to come. So how would you change decide to a past simple verb? I'll give you a hint. It's a regular verb and it ends with an E. So what do you do with that? Invite's the same way. They both end with an E. So how do you put those in past simple? Comment that below and you'll do a great job. And the last one, I did not teach you guys this, but I wanted to see if you could do it and see if you could get this answer correct. The police blank me on my way home. The police blank, which the verb you're going to have to change is stop me on my way home. How would you say stop in the past simple? Okay, let's see. And then I think Jameis says Justin wrote Perfect. You got it. You remember the irregular verb. Those are so much harder, but so much important that you grasp those. So really good job. I think it's Jamins or Jasmines. I'm not sure how you say it. I'm doing my best job. Really good job getting that one right and saying wrote. So Justin wrote 2 books for English learners. Good job getting that right. What about this next one? We blank, and you have to change invite to the simple past. Them to our party, and it ends in an E. So this one's a regular verb, so it would end in ed. But remember, you wouldn't add an extra E. You would just add a D on to the end of that E, and it will become invited. So we invited them to our party, but they decided not to come. Both of those verbs end in an E. So all you do to put those in the past simple is put a D on the end. You don't have to add another E, and you've now put that verb in the simple past or the past simple. You can say it either way. So let's review the first 2. Justin wrote 2 books for English learners. So remember, that's in the past. I did that in the past. I started it and I completed it in the past. So remember that. And then it says, we invited them to our party, but they decided not to come. So we invited them in the past, and that invitation stopped and ended. And they decided in the past, which stopped and ended, or started and ended. And that is the past simple form of those 2 verbs. The last one. Now this one it's kind of regular, but you're going to do something different with it. So it says, the police stopped me on my way home. And you can see something. You're going to add an extra P onto the end of stop. You're going to say, the police stopped me on my way home. And that would be the way to put those in the past simple. You guys did really good on those. I know this is kind of some basic English, but remember, the most important thing is being able to make sure you understand the basics. If you understand the basics, here's the thing: you'll be a great English learner, and you'll be ahead of so many people because you grasp the basics and you're able to build on a solid foundation. Now, that's another phrase you'll hear people say, a solid foundation. You want your English learning to be built on a good, strong foundation so it all doesn't crumble when you have to begin talking to somebody. Okay, so let's do a quick review. We'll finish up this lesson, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So let's remember the simple past. It's an action that started in the past and ended in the past. If it's going on still right now, you would not use a simple past form for the verb. In that sense, if you were to say Justin is writing books for English learners, that would mean I'm not finished. So that's not in the simple past. The simple way to put it. And remember, me and my wife are having a baby girl. I know that's random. Super excited to be a father and to have a daughter. And remember, with regular verbs, you're just going to add an ed on the end. And if there's already an e, you just add a d to that. And there were some examples of irregular verbs, which you just have to learn and to see how they work. There's no kind of system. There's no format. They're kind of living how they want to. They're a lone ranger. Lone ranger means you're doing your own thing. So these verbs are kind of doing their own thing. They're not following the system. And you guys saw that. So write is wrote, see is saw, go is went, and shut is shut, which is funny. And that's kind of how we're going to end this lesson. Again, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for letting me teach you English. It's so fun every day to wake up and to know I'm making a difference in people's lives in Cambodia, in Laos, and Southeast Asia, and South America, and all these places, which I'm super excited that I get to play a part in you guys' life. But I hope y'all have a great day. And as always, have fun learning English. And remember, you guys,